Yes, people, what's happening? A nice one for coming back to the Fuse UK. It's much appreciated. As always, tonight we have got a special podcast, the Wraps Is Off podcast. The 8th of June, BKFC Prospect Show. Danny Christie will be contesting at middleweight for the first time in his bareknuckle career against Jimmy Millar, a very experienced MMA fighter, one and known BKFC, one of the best fights we've seen this side of the pond with Kyle Cassidy. Stuttered in my words there. BKFC 37 Crystal Palace. Here we go, lads. Jimmy Miller's in the house. Danny Christie's in the house. What's happening, people? You good, boys?
Oh, shit. I broke my phone.
What's happening, boys?
You all right?
Yeah, good. Hello, Danny.
All good.
Hello, Lou.
How are you doing, Jimmy? You all right?
Yeah, good.
What was that in your hands there, Jim?
Little Mickey Mouse fist. I'm in my son's room. He's got lots of toys everywhere. Lego.
Christie. I was wondering, start this podcast just by asking how camp's been going. If we start off with you, Danny, how's camp been going, mate?
Gone good. Yeah, it's gone good. I had a 10-week camp behind us when I fought David Round, and obviously I come out of that fight unscathed. You know, thank God, and I just got right back in the gym. So, yeah, camp's good. I'm in tip-top shape. Dropped a few more pounds. I feel sharper than ever.
Yeah, you're looking really sharp in that on your videos, like, mate. I'm not going to lie. And have you making the weight easy as well, middleweight? Yeah,
I'll make this weight easy. After this fight, regardless of what happens, I'm going to have a fight at middleweight as well, welterweight as well, just because I know I'll make it. So, why not?
Yeah. By the way, I weighed 80 kilos today, and if I did a water cut, like, you know, what they talk about when you do the water loading, apparently you lose like 5-6 kilos. That means it'd be easy for us to get welterweight. So me and Danny, we are the same size as each other, you know what I mean? Like, he knows that. We both met each other, and we both fought a light heavyweight, and that's not even a cut for us. And this is just a don't eat bread sort of diet, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, bingo.
How's campaign going for yourself, Jimmy?
Really well, man. I've upgraded the software without damaging the hardware.
Good, mate. Good. And Danny, when you first got offered this fight at middleweight to fight Jimmy Millar, what were your thoughts on the fight? Was it something you just grabbed straight away?
Oh, there was a few names on the table because I wanted to get back out straight away. Obviously, I wanted as many fights in this year as I could get in. Fortunately, come out with the David Round fight the way I did. There was a few names on the table. Jimmy's name just stood out. I thought, you know, the fight that I seen Jimmy in, I thought was brilliant. I was there in person, and I thought, what an opportunity for Jimmy to come back with a bang, you know, and put on a good performance, and hopefully we can put on a belter fight for the fans. And you know, I know Jimmy's always ready in the background, so the name just stood out and made sense. When it got offered to us, I thought, why not? You know, me and Jimmy will throw down. I know he'd appreciate it, and I do
appreciate it. Thank you. You give me some traction. You know, the BKFC didn't put me on, and you've sold the tickets up there to make it possible for me to come up there, and I'm going to give the fans everything that they're paying for. You know.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah, I know you will, Jimmy. Listen, I know that. I know you're always ready in the background, mate, training away. And it's mad. It's like it's meant to be now, isn't it? It's meant to be now. It's happening. It's happening. It's like it was always meant to be, really. It's mad because I remember getting a message off you, Jimmy, before I got matched in my debut at Wembley, saying, "Oh, if you haven't got anyone to fight, I'll fight you, Danny."
And I was I did see. I thought that this man's my sort of size, you know.
That's right, and I was like, opponent. And I didn't. It's not that I didn't take it seriously, but I was potentially matched with two other people at the time. Yeah. And like I say, it's meant to happen. Our whole lives have led up to this moment, and hopefully we can put on a proper ding dong.
Good, yeah. Look forward to it.
What about you, Jimmy? You've been calling for Danny for a while now. How did it feel to finally get the fight, and why Danny Christie?
Do you know what? It's not necessarily Danny Christie, but when I think about it, he's the best possible opponent that I could have got. I wanted to fight. I wanted a big fight, but obviously Danny's the biggest star that I can get, and so I'm grateful.
Yeah,
you know?
And Danny, we've spoke before, obviously, when we spoke about Jimmy when he fought Kyle Cassidy at BKFC 37 and like how good the fight was. Yeah. Is this the type of opponent you need? Someone who's going to stand there and bang with you? Is this the ideal opponent for you?
I mean, ideally, I mean, every fight's different. You know, every fight's different, and I'm not anticipating. You know, look, we've trained for a couple of different outcomes. It's like we don't know what Jimmy's going to do. We've seen him do a few different things, so it's not like he's just a one-trick pony. We know how fit and strong he is. If it's a stand and bang fight, yeah, I'd love a stand and bang fight. If we have to turn our brains on and it gets a bit technical, then so be it. However the fight pans out, you know, I'm sure it's going to be decent because, you know, 2-minute rounds, it's like a race, innit? It won't be long before we both start connecting. And yeah, that fight Jimmy was in was brilliant to watch. You know something? When I watched it back about 2 weeks ago, I thought I sort of seen some of what I didn't see at the time. I just wish it had went on another round or two. Obviously, I was pleased for Jimmy and he got the win in a proper shootout, which was decent. But you could see Kyle Cassidy was still very much in that fight. You know, if it wasn't for the eye, and obviously he was wanting to continue, but he couldn't. And fair play to the officials because that's what they're there for, and rightly so because he couldn't see out of his eye. But yeah, he was still very much in that fight, you know. And Jimmy just looked like he was almost starting to run out of steam, but. Listen, that was over a year ago, you know, and every fight's different. So I'm not for 1 minute taking anything from that fight and saying I can use this or I can use that. Not one bit. You know what I mean? We've just trained and concentrated on what we do best. You know, we don't put a great deal of focus into our opponents. We just, you know, we want to smash everyone and anyone when we're in the gym.
Definitely. What do you think of Danny's run so far in the BKFC, Jimmy? And how do you think he'll fare at middleweight?
Well, he's undefeated against all English opponents, and like he done the right thing by relinquishing the light heavyweight belt because it's not our weight division. So this is Danny Christie's home at middleweight, and yeah, like I say, I don't feel like I would have fought him at light heavyweight as well, you know.
Do you see this fight going the distance, Danny?
No, I don't, to be honest. I know Jimmy's got a dig on him, and you know, and he's well capable of winning this fight. You know, I see a lot of people sort of hearing and thinking like this is some easy fight for me. Like I say, I'm not foolish enough, you know, to think that. I know what Jimmy brings to the table. I know it's a big opportunity for him, and you know that's what I'm hoping for. You know, I'm hoping we get the best out of both of us in this fight, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to put good fights on, and this fight's just got. You know, it's got ding dong written all over it. So, yeah, I really don't see it going the distance, you know, but who knows? You know, who knows?
What can we expect to see from Jimmy Millar on the 8th of June?
The best Jimmy Millar you've ever seen. Ever.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. That's good.
What have you changed up in this camp? Is there something you've changed up in this camp to what you normally do? Because I can see you're on a different path now to how you used to train in that, Jimmy.
There's been a lot of things that have changed in my life, Lou. I've got a lot less distractions, you know, like spiritually, you know what I mean? I'm not being made to feel like I'm a bad guy a lot, you know what I mean? So I feel a lot more worthy, you know, like I've had a lot of support. I'm grateful for, you know, I've had sponsors like reach out and give me, you know, so I've had a good opportunity to prepare for this fight, you know. It's not like I've been working my ass off on the building sites like I was previously, you know. So I'm really grateful for that, you know. So
yeah. What about yourself, Danny? What can we expect to see from you on the 8th of June at middleweight?
Well, depends how Jimmy fights and what Jimmy brings. You know, we'll wait and see. It is what it is. But listen, I feel better than I've ever felt before. I'm at my career lightest so far. I think I'm only 5 or 6 pounds above the weight, something thereabouts, which I'll probably do in 2 days comfortably. But yeah, it's got welterweight written all over it. The way I don't do any strength training at all apart from bodyweight stuff. Stopped eating big meals every 2 hours, and it's just dropped off us. You know, it's just come off us. Stop concentrating on that strong man, you know, numbers in the gym. Doesn't matter. That stuff.
Yeah.
We're fighters, mate. We're not strong men. You know what I mean? All that stuff doesn't matter. What you can lift, what you can't lift. Forget about all that. Forgot all them numbers. Just gone for repetitions with body weight now. And yeah, I feel so much better, faster, and like the speed's there. And this, you know, I don't think you lose the power. I think that, you know, the speed's there now. And yeah, I felt brilliant. Can't wait to get stuck in, Jimmy.
No, me neither. Do you know what I said to myself today? I said I feel fucking fit. No, I just feel light and strong. Not like feel light and weak. I feel light and strong.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a good feeling, you know. Like I said, I weighed 80 kilos today, you know, and that's not me drained, you know. That was just And I was in, you know, I didn't want to weigh myself really. I knew that, you know, I've been eating a bit of this and a bit of that, and I'm thinking, oh, how heavy are you really? You know, but I went on the proper scales and I weighed 80 kilos, and that made my day actually. You know what I mean? I've had a big feed today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're not that far away. Size difference. I think you think you're a bit thicker than me, set like when you bones and that, but
chest,
we've got enough muscles to bring it down gently and been you know what I mean, to bring it down gently, you know what I mean. It's looking at it now, I could have made welterweight easy, you know, and I could make welterweight now going from now. So that's just a logical move. I want to be the first fighter to fight at 3 different weights. But listen, may the best man win next Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's just, I'm happy we can both got the opportunity to put a good fight on for the fans. These opportunities, you know, they don't come round very often. You know,
no, they don't. Yeah, I'm very, very grateful and people are anticipating our fight, which is great. I mean, I've been saying that thousands of people, you know, in this country, looking forward to watching this, you know, so it's good that we can bring that sort of excitement to hundreds of thousands of people, because the UK is a big place, and in every town and every city, everybody knows who Danny Christie is. You can believe that, you know. He's from Carlisle, the top of the country. I'm from Bournemouth, the bottom of the country, and the people in this country, they know who I am and they know who Danny Christie is, and this is a very anticipated fight for them. You know, I can go places and people are like, oh, we follow Danny Christie, we've been following him for years. You know, these are like my people, you know, people that I meet, and it's good to be fighting somebody I've always wanted big fights, you know. For me, it's I prefer to have 3 fights in the BKFC against 3 real good fighters, good names, you know, than 10 against nobodies, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And that on about the opportunity, Jimmy. You know, I really wasn't just speaking about yourself. This is a big opportunity for me as well to shine against a good fighter. You know, it's not like when I said to Andy, did that make a great fight? You know, and Jim, I said, you know, my words to Andy was, you know, Jimmy deserves it. It wasn't because I'm like gracing you with this opportunity and doing you this big favor. Like I wasn't putting it like that, and I never thought of it like that.
I understand.
Like,
yeah, I do. I mean,
I thought I picked you because I thought you'd be ready, and 2, you've been training and fighting in the background your whole life for years. You're about my age. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like we're getting to that thing, Jimmy. It's like the window's closing, mate, to make some noise.
I'm a credible
you know what I mean?
stand-up fighter. You know, I did MMA, and like I said, I had my losses, but you know, I never really considered it my game. I had 3 MMA fights before I even learned how to wrestle or anything. Do you know what I mean? I literally just jumped in there, stupid. Do you know what I mean? Like, But I learned on the job. You know what I mean? Like, but then I always knew in my head that it wasn't really. It's like I could do it, but I was doing it for the money. You know, whereas this. I've got higher expectations of myself because I've been in the boxing gym my whole life, and you know, I never throw a fight stood up. Do you know what I mean? I'd never fall down or whatever. You know what I mean? Take a knee. You know what I mean? It's never done it. You know what I mean? Even in the only times I've ever lost stand-up fights is K1 fights when I've been kicked in the legs. You know, and I can't continue or whatever because I'm not a kickboxer. You know. All these battles, you know, like
I says to when we met at Leeds, I says to Lou, I says I shook your hand and that, and I was like patting you, like
Didn't
touching your
move.
shoulders and that, and I was like, fuck. I said to Lou, I said, hey, go and get a feel of him, Lou. Like I said, just put your hands around him and give him a hug and that. I said, he's like a fucking tree, man. You know what I mean? It's like, I said, it's like, you know, like just that different density. Yeah, just that different density, man. It's like he's got fucking roots. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very, very, very solid feeling. I was like, this is going to be fucking interesting. Do you know what I mean? Incredibly, you know, physically strong. I know when I'm up against a specimen. You know what I mean? And I could feel that. I could feel that when I held him in my hands. I was like, this is going to be fucking interesting. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it just felt like a barrel of snakes.
Yeah, I got conditioning. I'm a tough man. I can
know
take
that.
a shot. Yeah.
I fucking know that. I can tell.
And these hands are something incredible as well. You know, the pallet punching and that, they are.
Yeah,
hands,
absolutely. I felt them when I was shaking his hands. They're like hams. I was just like, yeah. It just excited me. You know what I mean? To feel he's got a physical presence, even though we're very similar size. He's just got a different density to him, and it did excite me. You know, I was, it was good.
Are we going to see exciting walkout as always, Jimmy? Have you got some planned?
Yeah, the Joker's coming with me. That little fella, he's got a new suit, and yeah,
God bless him.
That's it. I feel more comfortable, you know, letting the lad do the Joker thing now rather than me doing the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. Danny.
Yes.
Describe Jimmy Millar in 3 words.
Describe Jimmy Millar in 3 words. My kind of guy. What can I say?
Yeah, I feel the same about you, Danny. Actually, yeah, you're a good man. Do you know when you read the other day about your praise be to God and that, you know, like your upbringing and the things that you've experienced in life. Even though I'm Bournemouth's quite a rough place actually. Someone got killed the other day on the beach. A lady got stabbed, but I've been stabbed 13 times now.
Wow.
And yeah. I've also, you know, I've been in trouble and that, you know, I grew up with a lot of my friends end up, you know, I've had friends that get killed themselves, you know, just shit like that. You know what I mean? I've always had some sort of guidance and God in my heart, you know, and even most recently, I've been to worship today and stuff, you know, so I'm just grateful for, God's presence in my life, really, you know.
Yeah, and, amen to that, Jimmy.
So yeah,
as well. Obviously, if you want to impress in BKFC, now is the time, isn't it? With who you've just seen invest into the company, the likes of Conor McGregor. All it takes is a little highlight reel for him to share his story and change.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that actually. I've been thinking about him recording us fighting on the TV on his pub, or whatever, and posting it. You know?
Yeah.
Why not? Why wouldn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, that's it. Absolutely. And listen, if by some chance he gets to watch the fight and he even gets to know who I am or who Jimmy is, if he even knows who we are, you know, that'll be enough for me. That you know, I buzz me little cock off if he even knows who I am. You know what I mean? That'll do. And I think we're well capable of putting a decent show on. And that. Look, may the best man win. It's just about one fight at a time for me. I don't think about whatever's next. This is just a good opportunity. It's another payday and a good solid opponent, and we'll just see what happens. We're well prepared, you know. So we've cut no corners, and you know, hopefully we can get the best out of both of us.
Yeah, amen. We're both prepared. We're both fit men. We're both gonna go in there. We're gonna do what we need to do, and we're gonna me and him will be good pals after this, and we're good pals now. But you know, it's all on the line, isn't it? All the marbles.
Yeah, and it's like as well. It's not too much. I was on about this to a pal yesterday. Newcastle's not even like, how can I put it, hostile territory. You know, it's like they're just proper fight fans up there. You know, like it's not like it doesn't matter what you could put on a kids' jiu-jitsu show, judo, Thai boxing. It doesn't matter around there. If you put a show on in the northeast, it will always sell out. They just love fighting. They just love combat sports, and you'll be well received up there, Jimmy. You know what I mean? And I look forward to go for a few soft drinks and that afterwards.
I've booked a hotel, the Hilton at Gateshead. Is that any near to your venue?
I wouldn't know, Jimmy. It's an hour from me. I couldn't help you
I
there.
don't know, right? Yeah, doesn't matter. I have to check myself. I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
I have to book Hilton's, you see, to retain my diamond member status.
Right. Okay.
So if you want any Hiltons, hit me up. I'll get you a good price, Danny. Right?
Right. All right. I'll bear that in mind, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Got to check in under my name.
No, like I said, the people, anyone watching this may be expecting things a bit spicy. That, you know what I mean? I've got nothing. There's no personal. It is what it is.
Tough guys don't
People
the tough guys.
People are putting in the comments, for fuck's sake, stop being so nice.
It's strictly business. You know what I mean? It really is. Obviously, you know, we're professionals and we'll be putting on a legitimate fireworks-filled fight. You know what I mean? I know we'll be both trying to take each other's heads off. You know what I mean? That's the name of the game. But any animosity and any bullshit outside of that, I'm just not interested, mate. Not at all.
No, me neither. Do you know what? It triggers this response. There he is. Anger. this is what I prefer.
This is what I like about Jimmy.
Joy.
You know what I mean? It's definitely like, he's a bit strange, is our Jimmy. Do you know what I mean?
I always think, though, I think it's
the mad behaviour. Do you know what I mean, Jimmy? Like,
does he put it on?
Very mad behaviour. Do you know what I mean? Mad accents, mad behaviour, and mad sort of fucking these different dimensions to his character and that, and this Dan Tony, the fucking American, and all this shit, man. He's like,
fuck this guy,
he's fucking mad,
him.
mate. Do you know what I mean?
Fear's useless. He don't help anyone. You know what I mean? Bosh. Go on.
I messaged him. I said he's still coming on the podcast tonight. He messaged me back with pink sunglasses on, eyeshadow, and fucking.
I've still got eyeshadow on. I got cracked in the jaw the other night in sparring. Took a really good shot. And it's all right. It's good.
Yeah, you'll be taking a few more next Saturday. You'll be all right.
It's a hard sparring. Dad.
He's over getting injured.
Chin like a superhero. The man of skill.
Yeah, some chin.
Mr. DC.
Brilliant, mate. Well, listen. God bless you. God bless you both.
Thank you, mate. And goodbye, Lou. And
nice one, lads. Speak soon, boys. Bye-bye. Yes, people. Nice one. Nice little podcast there. The wraps is off. Danny Christie, Jimmy Millar fighting this Saturday. What a fight it's going to be. The Prospect Series at the Walker Dome, Newcastle. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that now. This podcast was sponsored by RSD Transportation and Recoveries. Big up Rick Doughty for the support of the channel. And also Noir Boxing. Get to